The Great Pacific Garbage Patch.
Make a change. We studied the Great Pacific Garbage Patch caused by plastic pollution in the ocean. We are collecting data on how much plastic we use and how much plastic we find on some beaches. To learn how plastics end up in the ocean, how they affect marine life and the food chain, and ways to prevent ocean pollution.
What is it? The largest landfill in the world. It is between California and Japan. There are actually 5 garbage patches around the world. The North Pacific is the largest. Giant ocean currents that rotate collects the trash that ends up in the ocean from litter. It was found by Charles Moore in 1997.
Here you can see the Great Pacific Garbage Patch located between California and Japan.
Why the patch is a problem. Plastic does not biodegrade. It does not turn into anything natural. It takes 500 years for a plastic bottle to break down into microscopic parts. Smaller parts that break down have chemicals in them. The sea life eat the smaller parts because they think it is food. Then it goes up the food chain to you and me.
What a waste! Much of the plastic in the patch comes from bottles and bags. 1,500 plastic bottles are discarded every second around the world. That's at least 47,304,000 a year.
Why the patch is a problem? Hope you like eating your plastic bags and bottles because that's what you're doing when you're eating fish. Yum.
Understanding the problem. We use science and math to get a better idea of what causes the problem, the size of the problem, and some ideas how we might be able to help.
Data on plastic use at home. First, to better understand the problem, we collected data on how much plastic we threw out at home for 5 days. We kept a list by the garbage can and wrote down different types of plastic we discarded per day. We did that for several weeks. Then we organized our data into a graph to see the types and amounts of plastic we used. We also calculated use per person, per day, and per month.
This graph shows the amount and type of plastic we used for 5 days. We used plastic wrap and bags the most. We also use a lot of products that came in plastic containers.
This graph shows how much plastic we used per person and per day for a family of 4.
We use 429 pieces of plastic in a month. That is more than 5,000 pieces a year.
Reduce the use. We looked at our initial data and thought of ways to reduce our use of disposable plastics. Our simple changes produced big results.
Plastic we use. Week 1 in blue shows our plastics used before we made any changes. Week 2 in red and week 3 in green shows how our use of plastics went down after small changes. Our small changes will produce big results during the year and less plastics will end up in the oceans and the food chain.
Here you can see we were able to cut our plastic use almost in half. We just don't need to use all that plastic. It is a complete waste of money and bad for the earth.
Then we wanted to track the impact on our local beaches. We swept some local Pacific beaches for plastics. We swept 2 beaches in 2 different locations to start.
We conducted beach sweeps at Playa del Coco and Playa Acatela as examples. We swept 975 square meters on each beach starting at the waterline. We tracked each type of plastic we collected and organized our data into the following charts.
Here you can see the most common types of plastic we found on Playa del Coco. Bags and wrappers. There were also some containers and plastic bottle caps. All of these things are bad for marine life and can end up in the garbage patch.
In Playa Ocotel, we only found 2 plastic wrappers. Why such a difference?
Here are the differences between Playa del Coco and Playa Ocotal Beach.
Why such big differences between beaches? Our hypotheses. There are more tourists and restaurants near the beach in Playa del Coco. There are more garbage cans on the beach and trash blows out in Coco. The beach is more open and the ocean is to the ocean, so floating trash reaches Coco easier. Scuba divers go to Ocotel and after they scuba, they do beach sweeps for trash.
Here you can see this is Coco Beach. There are a lot more restaurants and it's more open. And there's tiny trash cans and the trash can blow right out and a lot of it's plastic.
Here you can see this is Ocotel. There's rarely any tourists and it's very closed in by rocks, so it's very hard for floating trash to reach.
What can you do? Take action.
Ways to reduce plastic use at home. Start at the grocery store and at your house. Bring reusable bags to the store. For example, Bag the Habit has a full range of economical but stylish examples. Do you really need to put your produce in a plastic bag? It comes with a natural wrapper. Try to buy products that don't use plastic. Reuse plastic bags in your house.
Start at the grocery store in your house. Try to limit the use of disposable plastic cups, cutlery, plates, and bowls. Use paper towels instead of plastic wrap to cover things. Do you really need that plastic bag? Use aluminum or glass water bottles.
Other ideas. Reusable plastic food containers are okay, but glass and aluminum are better. If you buy reusable plastic containers, only buy ones made from 100% recycled plastic. Paper bags are great substitutes for plastic. Work with your own town to use public garbage cans that are covered to reduce flyaway plastic. Make your own idea.
The best way to reduce your use. You're the solution.
We would like to thank the marine scientists, professionals, and other scientists and activists around the world who work to keep our oceans and our planet healthy. They're doing their part. Please do yours.